Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to my acreage. As we head into summer, the development is kicking into high gear with bigger projects and huge transformations as I continue working to turn this into one of the most beautiful yards around. Alright guys, well when we left off in the last episode, things were a lot colder than they are now as the snow had finally fallen, which meant I had to scramble to get a few more projects done before it was too cold. But speaking of snow, once I had my list finished, we got a pile of snow a week later, so I got to push snow around the yard for a few hours, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Then it was finally time for my 4-season room to be installed, and let me tell you, it's awesome. It's now my favorite room in the house, but that might be replaced soon. To explain why, we need to jump back to the fall of 2023 to a chilly October morning, where I needed to hop in Bobby and put the auger to work. Now as I dig this hole deeper and deeper, I'm sure you guys are wondering why I'm doing this, and there is a very important reason. It's to check and see if there's water down there. Well, I know there's water down there because I'm on top of an aquifer, but I want to specifically know if there's water in the 9 to 10 foot range. I'm of course hoping there isn't, but I also want to see how it does through a spring melt to get an understanding of how well drained the dirt is in this area. Okay, well with the dirt built up around the edges of the hole, I need to clear that away so I can dig a little bit deeper. But so far so good. I'm about 4.5 to 5 feet down at this point, and it's looking very dry. Now since I can only dig about 5.5 to 6 feet with my auger, and I need to go 9 to 10, I had to run over to the Bobcat dealer to rent an extension piece, which should let me go to the depth I need to, though I will say this was a bit of a learning experience for sure, as it's awfully hard to do things like this when you're working by yourself. Ideally you've got someone outside the Bobcat helping you, but as a one-man show, there's almost always a way to do difficult things by yourself. You've just got to figure out how. Now, as you watch me continue to work my butt off here, you must be wondering, how do I find the energy for all these projects? Well, it's because I can sleep like there's no tomorrow, and that's all thanks to today's video sponsor, Brooklyn Bedding. They've been in the mattress industry for over 25 years now and are known for top-of-the-line comfort and quality without the luxury price tag. The best part though is that they'll deliver your mattress right to your front door for free if you're in the US, and all of their mattresses are designed, assembled, and shipped right from their Arizona factory. You'll also get a 120-night sleep trial along with a limited lifetime warranty. Seriously though guys, I used to toss and turn all night long and generally did not feel well rested when I woke up in the morning. So I decided to change that by taking Brooklyn Bedding's sleep quiz, which helped me pick the perfect mattress that I can starfish on all night long and I wake up in the morning feeling refreshed and full of energy.
I wanted a mattress that was comfortable, offered some cooling technology, and was durable, and the Sleep Quiz matched me to the Sedona Elite, which I'm loving. In fact, I love it so much that I ordered a second one just for Mike, as I got sick and tired of him sneaking into my room to have naps on mine. Of course, I only got him a queen size, but the medium support it offers is clearly perfect because Mike spends most of his time laying in bed each day. It's been about 5 months now and I still can't get over how well I've been sleeping. The mattress is keeping me nice and cool, just the way I like it, and my back feels supported, which is something my old mattress just wasn't doing for me.
All in all, I'm extremely happy with my Brooklyn bedding mattress. But if you guys are a little bit unsure of trying something you haven't before, well, you shouldn't be. They give you a 120-night sleep trial along with a limited lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that you will find the perfect mattress for your unique sleep needs. The mattress is super comfy, but one of the best features that Brooklyn Bedding offers is their Glaciotex cooling technology on the Cloud Pillow Top upgrade. It gives you instant cooling relief as soon as you lay down and contains comfort layers made to maximize both pressure point relief and body contouring. It's like you're floating on a cloud.
I love my Brooklyn Bedding mattresses and I think you would too. If you're looking for a new bed, check out brooklynbedding.com or scan the QR code to get 30% off your new mattress with code theyardgeek. Okay, well, it's time to let Mike get back to doing what he does best, because we all know he's not going to help me out in the yard. Okay, after digging about as far as I could possibly go, it was time to check the depth, and at 9 feet down, my dig was done and I was happy to see that I didn't hit water. As for why I'm so curious about finding water at that depth, well, this was a test hole for something very, very big that you're going to get to see at the end of the video. Alright, well, with that task taken care of, it was time to turn my attention to my hot tub, as I need to build a pad for it to sit on. The long-term plan is to build a deck where this letterboard is on the back of the garage, and then the hot tub will sit right beside it, but before I can build the pad, I had to hop back in Bobby and carefully move it out of the way. Thankfully, I've already drained the tub, so it was easy work, though I did have to be careful since it was on a bit of a short leash. I decided not to disconnect the electrical from the control panel inside, which just meant I had to be very careful doing this so I didn't put any stress on the tech cable. Now, as for what this pad is going to look like, well, it's pretty simple. I'm making a 3-sided frame out of pressure-treated 2x6s, and then I'm going to fill it with crusher dust. My tub is an Arctic spa, which means that it has a floor that can support itself. Basically, the tub doesn't need a concrete pad or anything under it, just firm level ground. I did decide to make the pad a little larger than the tub's 7-foot footprint though, as there's always the chance I get a new one down the road and go to an 8-foot tub, but I also wanted to maintain access to the panels from at least 3 sides, just in case I ever need to get in there to do any repairs. Once the frame was built, it was time to grab my shovel as I want the top of the pad to sit level with the concrete in my sunroom, so I had a little bit of digging to do. Alright, with the frame level, it was time to brace it, as once it's full of crusher dust, it's obviously going to want to push outwards. So I got a few pieces of rebar pounded in to stop any outside movement, but it didn't take long to see that wasn't going to work very well. So I went ahead and used a couple of the T-posts that I had left over from my tree line fence to really strengthen it. Okay, with the frame in place and secured, it was time to hop back in Bobby and grab some of that leftover crusher dust that I moved in the last episode and dump it inside the frame. Of course, trying to guess exactly how much I'll need once I get it all spread out and then packed down. Of course, I overestimated a little, so I grabbed a spare piece of Trex I had laying around to screed the extra off until I was satisfied that the crusher was just a little bit higher than the frame to allow for runoff. Next step was, of course, to very delicately put the hot tub on the freshly made pad, only this was way tougher than moving it the first time, because not only did I have to be careful of the electrical cable, I couldn't see a darn thing because hot tubs are big. Slowly but surely, I got the tub over to the pad though, and set in place. Okay, well, it was about a week later, and with warmer temperatures on the horizon, it was time to turn my attention to my garden, but as it was only April 24th at this point, it was too early to plant it. But like I alluded to a few videos ago, I have some cool plans that I'm implementing this year, which I've already got all laid out. Basically, what I'm doing is making alternating rows of topsoil and mulch, which are already marked out using the flags. Each row is 3 feet wide and about 25 feet long, and I'll of course be planting in the topsoil rows, but having the mulch rows in between will allow me to access each row from both sides and also greatly help to reduce the amount of weeds that I'm dealing with in here. This is honestly a pretty unique way of doing a garden, as it falls into the no-till category. Yeah, that's right. I won't be rototilling my garden anymore, which sounds crazy, but not tilling is going to have many benefits like preserving moisture, the mulch will break down and feed the soil much like compost, weed seeds are less likely to germinate as they won't get sunlight or turned up every spring, and if you didn't know, tilling destroys your soil structure as it eliminates air pockets, leading to compacted soil. So yeah, this is going to be a game changer for my garden and definitely something I'd recommend you guys look into. I'll put the link to a good site where you can learn all about it down in the description for you. Now, in case you're wondering about whether I'm planning to compost or not, well, the answer is absolutely. I've been working on this pile for about a year now, and so far so good. I've been stirring it and watering it as needed, and while I'm happy with how it's going, I do plan to build something to contain it down the road a bit. Okay, as I continue building the garden and spreading the topsoil and mulch around, I just wanted to ask you guys for a quick favor. If you're enjoying these videos, then please make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video as it lets YouTube know that you're enjoying it, and that in turn will help the channel. Of course, you can also let me know down in the comments, and I'll do my very best to respond to each and every one of you, or if you have a question for me, feel free to ask that in the comments too. Alright guys, well here it is, my finished garden. Well, not totally finished as I haven't planted anything yet, but that will come soon enough. I'm super excited to see the benefits of this no-till strategy come to fruition, and that should also mean that I have a good healthy crop of goodies at the end of the year. Okay guys, well the time has finally come to share with you some huge news. When the morning of April 24th rolled around, I was beyond excited because today is the day that construction begins on my in-ground pool. That's right, I'm putting a pool in and I'm absolutely stoked. This has been something I've been planning since the moment I bought the lot nearly 4 years ago, and it's finally happening. The guys are starting by marking out the dimensions of the pool, which will be 20 feet by 40 feet, but they'll actually end up digging the hole a little bit larger than that to allow themselves room to work around it and get all the plumbing and electrical where it needs to go. Okay, well once the dig area was marked out, the Bobcat got to work on the dig, but if you're wondering why I'm not the one digging the pool, well, as much as I like to believe I can do anything, there's just certain times where things should be left to the experts, so to speak. I have absolutely no experience digging pools, and it just wasn't something I wanted to be responsible for. The guy digging this right now digs all of the pools that these guys put in, and has decades of experience inside his Bobcat, so yeah, easy choice. One interesting thing though is that in the fall of 2023, when I got everything squared away for this build in the spring of 2024, I was third on the list for pools this season, but because I'm not in the city and things melted a little quicker out my way, I got bumped up the list and was the first dig of the year for them. Although I was still a little bit worried that we were going to hit ice at some point. Now if you're watching all this dirt come out of here and wondering where it's all going, well, I'm having him put it all in one giant hill off to the side of the yard, somewhere that I'm hoping it can be out of the way for all the work that's going to be happening back here this year. As for what I'm going to do with it, well, I've got several areas that are going to need to be built up, though it's already looking like there's going to be an enormous amount of dirt to deal with, though I'm sure I'll find a way to use it all. It was right about now in the dig where it was clear that he was starting to hit a little bit of frost in the ground, so I'm not sure how much deeper he'll be able to go today. If he does have to stop, I think the hope is that it'll melt more within the next day or two, and he should be able to finish then. Okay, well, after watching from inside for a while, I figured I'd go get some close-up shots of the dig because I am thoroughly enjoying watching this happen right now, and being closer to the action only makes it better. Let me know down in the comments if you guys agree with me. Alright, well, after a few hours of digging, it was clear this was as deep as he was going to be able to go today, but with the sun shining and the warm temperatures, it shouldn't take too long for it to thaw out more. While Jim continues to work though, I'm curious about something. If you're enjoying watching this real-time footage, please let me know down in the comments whether you'd like to see more of it. By the time all the work is done this summer, I'm going to have an enormous amount of footage because it's a lot easier for me to film other people work than it is to film myself working. So if you think you'd enjoy it, let me know, and I'll definitely put together some longer real-time videos. Okay guys, well here's a look at the progress made after the first day of work on my pool. Doesn't look like much right now, but it won't be long and it's gonna start to look like something more than just dirt.
Alright, well that is where I'm going to leave it for this episode, guys. I truly hope you enjoyed it and that you're excited to see the construction continue. I'm going to share with you the overall design for the backyard very soon, but until then, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.